G'day folks, in this video I'm going to do an unboxing and a review of the new Whiteeden Mix-Up 3x3x3. Well, I think I know what this is, but the last time I thought I knew what this was, it wasn't what I thought it was, so let's cut it open and have a look. It is certainly from Now Store. And now I know what it is. Okay, this is the Whiteeden, well I hope it is the Whiteeden 3x3x3 mix-up. That's certainly what I ordered, and there we go, there's a little tick in that box. So let's have a look at the box first of all. This looks like, that's going to be the cube. You can see there's going to be a sticker with Oscar on it, so we'll get into that. And this looks like it's going to come out with all these versions, and I think the piece size is fairly similar, so I'm hoping that we can sort of make a couple from a couple of others. So what I've ordered so far is the 3x3x3 version, because that has been released, and that's a little idea of what they'll do. We've got a model number for this down the bottom. You probably can't see that, but it's WEO/mixup. I don't know why it's that. Now moving on, what else? Once again, there's a picture of a kid there with a very sad face, and he's between 0 and 3. That kid can't solve this puzzle, so don't try. On the bottom, made in China, again, avoiding to put any parts into mouth or choke on. Good illustration, good warning. Let's open this up. And I learned this from someone else, open a box from the bottom. Makes it much easier. Here we go, let's put the box to one side. Well, this is much larger than I thought it would be. And you can see first, let's have a look at the colour scheme. We've got white, red, blue here, and this is the standard scheme. And secondly, on the top we've got the Whiteeden sticker on there, and we've got Oscar's sticker on here, and my understanding is that Oscar van Deventer is the one who originally designed this, so that's completely appropriate that his name is on this puzzle. Now the first thing I will say, I've been, I guess, a little bit critical of Whiteeden, perhaps not completely on camera in the past, but I've just felt that the puzzles were a little bit, had a bit of a cheap feel, and they haven't been capping pieces. They felt very light, and as an example of comparison, this is the 4x4x2 that they put out, and this just has a very sort of a cheap feel, and it's a very light puzzle. Well, I'm very pleased to say that this puzzle feels normal. This feels heavy. Like, it's not heavy like a Trafum cuboid, but it does have the right kind of weight to it, and I think it's very important, and so that's a good sign. I suspect also that they've taken a bit of advice and decided to cap their pieces, and that certainly seems to be the case, which is fantastic. So what about the turning? Beautiful. It feels good, the turning of this thing. It feels right. That's sort of what I was expecting a puzzle should be. So that's excellent. What else? Now I guess the big thing with a mix-up cube is that we can do these 45-degree turns, and allegedly, if I've done this right, I've lined everything up properly, we can do moves such as that. Now I'm just curious whether it's because I'm an idiot as to why that won't go. Oh no, it's just because I wouldn't turn it. Okay, so that's the kind of turns that we can do, and I suspect with this things will have to be reasonably aligned, but that turning seems really, really good. So very happy with this so far. What happens when I try and do that and then that? Yeah, you can see already this is going to be a nice little challenge, and I do quite like the mix-up cubes. I'm not going to scramble it further than that for my own reasons of sanity. I would like to compare it though with the Mix-Up Plus. Now I only have the 4x4x4 Mix-Up Plus, not the 3x3x3. I'm very disappointed that I can't show you the 3x3x3. I think I must have sold it in one of my little sale sessions, but I can't find it anywhere. So I'm very, very sorry for that. I do have the 4x4x4. Now, as I hold those two, these feel almost the same weight. So I suspect, you know, this was the 4 version. The size of the pieces looks identical to me. Obviously the cuts are just different, but oh, sorry, the size of the pieces, what am I saying? The size of the cube overall looks identical. The cuts obviously are different. Now in terms of the stickers, you can see there's a difference in that blue colour sticker. Obviously the white is the same, the yellow is the same, and let's have a look at the reds look the same and the oranges look the same. So the only difference here really is this blue colouring. I think I prefer the darker blue, but that's just me. In terms of this colour scheme, white, red, blue, I think that's the standard way around, and that's what they've done on this one as well. So the difference, I can use this one to show you the difference between a Mix-Up Plus and a Mix-Up. So this new one is just the Mix-Up, not the Mix-Up Plus. So the Mix-Up Plus, of course, has these edges broken like this. So instead of here we've got one complete edge, it's as though that edge has been broken on the Mix-Up Plus. So in terms of that, I would expect the solving of this thing to be easier than the solving of the Mix-Up Plus. Having said that, I still don't think it's necessarily routine, particularly given the fact that we can do things like this. I wouldn't really call that a routine sort of cube. So you can make of that what you will. I'm going to get lost if I keep turning that. Now I thought here that I'd do a checkerboard very quickly. And having done the checkerboard, which looks pretty decent, I thought I'd then try a little 45-degree type checkerboard. I've really got no idea what I'm doing here. Let's see how this turns out. Done that one. I said I wasn't going to scramble it, but I think I've broken every possible rule. Wow, in fact I'm already confused as to where to get back. So that's my best attempt at a checkerboard. Can I do anything else with that? I really want to get something. I've kind of already done that one. Done that one. You can tell that I really have no clue what I'm doing now. I just think this looks cool. Even with that bizarre checkerboard attempt, this looks very cool.